Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, I want to talk to you about really understanding the way men approach relationships and help you realize something that I feel like most women don't understand. Some can talk about it. Everybody tough in the comments. In the comments, oh my goodness, every woman just so classy, just got the most class, got the most strength. A man cannot buy her. A man cannot sleep with her. A man cannot get over on her. I mean, ain't never been played, ain't never been lied to, ain't never been bought. I mean, just classy in the comments. But then in real life, when you get hit with that test, in real life, we gonna see. So I hope you're ready. And yesterday I was talking about a man buying a woman, and a lot of people think that means, when I'm talking about that's talking about a rich man. It's not talking about a rich man, because for one, it's not even that many rich men. So to be in the top 1% of America, you have to earn $365,000 a year. The average man in America earned $45,000. But guess what? If the average man in America earned $45,000, then the average woman in America may earn $45,000, whatever Google say it do, but we don't know. But when you just look at 10 women that you know personally, like your cousins, your aunt, your grandma, whoever, your mama, whoever working, take 10 women you know personally, put their income if you know it, and then add it all up, divide it by 10. That'll give you an average for your life, for what you see. Because now, see, if you live in Beverly Hills, your average is probably going to be different. If these 10 working women. If you live, in a regular city, then the average is going to be different. So when you look at that, when I was talking about don't get bought, I wasn't talking about a rich man who could buy you a Bentley when he cheat on you. That was just an example. What I'm saying is, if you make 35,000, if you make 50,000, and he makes 75,000, y'all at 125,000. What you could do at $125,000 a year is totally different than what you could do at $50,000 a year. And that's what I mean by don't get bought. Because at $125,000 a year, you may be able to afford a certain school that you want your children to go to. At $50,000 a year, you might not be able to afford that. So understand that. So that way, when you see it in the real world, you're not thinking, oh, Tony was talking about a rich man buying me. No, what I'm saying is a man who add income to the table, that you live out of that income, that you utilizing his income. And without his income, your life gotta change. That's what I mean. So sit with that, get that in your mind, and that happens every day. So some people like, oh, this is so rare. Oh, this never happens. Oh, I don't know no rich men. If I'm not going to talk about a situation that only applies to 1% of people. So even though I may use that example in talking for an hour, I'm talking to the general public. I'm talking to an everyday situation. So understand that. And I be hating to have to spell stuff out, but I'm learning when you talking to people, you got to spell stuff out. You literally got the SPELLSTUFFOUT. You got to spell stuff out, because people be like, oh, well. And as you know, as a teacher on here, you don't want anybody left behind. You want everybody to get it. You want everybody to be up to speed, so that ain't nobody getting played if they came in under the sound of my voice. I don't want you to get played, okay? But now, today what I'm talking about, we just had to do some house notes from yesterday class. Today in class, what we talking about, this Understanding Men University, okay? UMU, Understanding Men University. Now, I want you to realize something about men, because I noticed that women, and it could be just genetics, it could be just the way we're wired, just DNA. But one thing I noticed is that women give men more credit for being tough than we deserve. Women think that men are tough. Women think that men are hard. Women think that men are, just downright ruthless killers. I mean, yeah, we got to go do that in the service. Yeah, if you in the streets of Chicago, you got to do that, or LA, you got to get like that. But women just assume a man is the big bad wolf. Now, you do have some men that will put some on you. And then as soon as you recognize that, and what you got to realize, before he puts something on you, you're going to see other little behaviors. And when you see those behaviors, that cursing you out, calling you out your name, throwing stuff, breaking stuff, before he touch you, he going to break some other stuff. And when you see that, that's when you need to be gone. But a lot of women let that scare them, and then they stay. And then you help create the monster by reinforcing the behavior. So you can't reinforce this behavior, because a man will do what he can get away with. Point blank, period. And everybody, so many people, not everybody, say, well, talk to the man, teach the man. You need to teach these men how to be real men. You need to teach these men. Men are not listening to these messages. Men are not looking for advice on what to do in a relationship. Men not doing that. That's why you see women here, and that's why you see women in the comments. When you go through the comments, how many men do you see? Men not showing themselves and saying, hey, I'm here listening and learning. Teach me. Men not doing that, and the reason why men are not doing that is because nothing matters to a man other than what the woman he is with is going to allow him to get away with. So I can tell every man, when I get enough money, I'm gonna buy me a network, and it's just gonna be teaching round the clock. It might just be me sitting at a table, and I just got enough content that it's going 24 hours. I might have 365 days worth of content, and it just replay every year when I get enough money now. And I might need to buy my little local station first. Get my little small local station. Hey, remind me about that. Let me check and see how much that costs. And so when it mess around, when a man could sit there and listen to me talk to him all day long. And the reason why I don't really care to do it is because I feel fake doing it. Because as I'm doing it, I'm like, I'm wasting my breath. I'm not going to get this time back. I'm not going to get this time back in life. See, when I'm teaching a woman how to understand a man, I'm not wasting my breath, because that's not common sense. That's not common knowledge. That's why so many women getting dogged out and getting mistreated. That's why we have so many single mothers. That's why we got so much domestic violence. That's why we got so much going on in our world, because women understanding men is not common knowledge. But when I sit here and I'm telling a man, hey, listen, you need to speak to this woman with respect. Do not raise your voice at her. Do not curse at her. Do not cheat on her. You need to be a man. He already knows that. He already knows that that's how a man gets a woman on her back. When you got on your bike, did you get on your bike for a man that came in to the situation? Hey, come here, girl. Hey, what? Hey, give me all your money. Hey, give me your money. If a man did that, what you finna do? Trap me. You gone. But he come in, hey, how are you? I just want to get to know you. I want to learn more about you. So tell me what you like to do. What do you like to watch on TV? Do you believe in God? Tell me about your walk with the Lord. That's how he come in. That's what have you on your bike. You don't get on your bike from a man come in, hey, I'm finna dog you out. You hear me? You finna get dogged out. What? Suck my toe right now. Here go my big toe right now. That ain't how a man treats you when you meet him to get you on your back. So my point to you is, men already know how to treat women. That's common sense. People say, oh, your 6-year-old. I said, my son know how to treat women. The little girls in his class say, oh, he learned that from you. No, he didn't. He didn't learn that from me. I don't show nothing around that like that from him. He don't even, we don't have them kind of conversation, and he don't see me with his mama like that. I mean, he see me with his mama, but there ain't no affection and holding hands and all that. He ain't learned that from me. That's innate. He just know this is a little girl. I like her hair. Her voice is different than mine. She got different body parts. They know that. They learned that early on. So he know, let me be gentle. Let me be gentle. And he watched me and his mama. He seen his mama, spray me with ketchup and mustard, put me in a chokehold. She's stronger than me. So that's just innate. Little boys, men know how to treat a woman. But see, this the thing. That women don't understand that this man, the man you dealing with, he's not tough. He's not tough. He might be tough, because he was made to be tough. But at the core of his heart, he still cry. He still cry. He still hurt. He's still scared. He still have fear in his heart. He's a human being. He's a teddy bear. He worries. He need life coaching. He need a confidant. He need encouragement. He needs you to speak into his life. He's scared of the world. He's scared of failure. He's scared to walk by faith. He struggled with all that. And literally can be whipped into shape. See, think about this now. Think about this. We used to be slaves. How? And see, this is why I need you to understand how the brain can be trained. We used to be slaves. So you mean to tell me, here go Kuna Kente. We had slaves that was 6'6". LeBron James ain't a new creation out no loud. No, it was a slave that looked like LeBron James. And then here go the master, 5 feet tall. Turn around. And just used to tear us apart. Why? Mental conditioning. See, today, a lot of women are being mentally conditioned to feel like and to believe that you are less than and that you are nothing without a man. You being made to believe that if you don't do what a man tell you to do, that you're gonna be broke, busted, and disgusted. You're gonna be lonely. You're gonna be barren. You're gonna be miserable. That if you don't let a man do what he wanna do, I can't even say let a man be a man, because a man cheating on you and cursing you out and putting hands on you is not a man being a man. But it's women who have been led to believe that a man gonna be a man. So if he wanna watch a little porn, let him watch a little porn. Ain't nothing. Listen, hey, that's looking, not touching. If he wanna go to the strip club, let him go to the strip club. Cause the strip club got rules. He can't even do nothing in there. I went to strip club 2 times in my life. One time with some friends from college, took me back to New York City where they from, and we went to strip club. It's a haze. We got kicked out because my friend stuck his thumb in the girl booty, and so they kicked us out because you're not allowed to touch him. And so he in there and going, bruh, what is you don't know how to control yourself? You should not be in there if you got to do that, sticking your thumb in that. Come on now, man. And so I just always was disgusted by it. But it's women who have been led to believe that that's normal. That, let a man go to the strip club. That's normal. That's what men do. I had quote unquote classy women tell me, Well, Tony, in Atlanta, eating lunch at the strip club is normal. That's what every man. I'm like, what? That's normal. I don't want to be biting no Wayne. I'm biting a Wayne. Smelling booty. What? That's not normal. I'm not finna be down. And I'm up there on the stage clapping. Like, come on, now. She got hairs back there. I done smelt the well. She's sweating. The routine done went too long. The DJ done forgot. He done looped the song. So she just supposed to be playing one time. But now he like what he's saying. He done played the song 2-3 times. Third time. Now she glistening with sweat. It's activating moisture back there. Smell starting to come off now. I'm like, she done pulled the double shift, didn't get the shower, and I'm trying to bite a Wayne. That's not normal. That ain't normal. But it's women who have been led to believe that that's normal behavior. That your man ought to be allowed to go to the strip club. And then it's women who believe that they should be going to the strip club. That it ain't nothing wrong with them going to the strip club. We shot out. We tore down. You hear me? Broke, busted, and disgusted. Tore up from the floor up. Looking like who shot Jonathan? Got to kill him. We doing bad. We doing bad to where it's women who have allowed society to take the perversion that Satan has put in place and make it normal. That thinking it is normal for a man to watch porn. For a man to go to the strip club. For a man to be touching himself. For a man to desire another woman. To be in there with threes. Y'all in there threes. Thinking that it is normal. Foursome. I heard women talking about foursome. I'm like, what? Three of y'all wasn't enough? Y'all had to go to 4? What in the world? What's going on? Like, what's going on? That's normal. See, listen to me. What you got to realize, like, listen to me. I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay, I'm a man. Right now, you know, my vice is I'm looking at cars every day. I just like look at cars. I look at cars, think about what car I'm going to get next because that's just my little fun. But guess what? I got savings. I got money on the market and I'm gainfully employed. Got active income coming in so I can afford to look at cars. It ain't like I'm broke, busted, and disgusted looking at cars. You see what I'm saying? So that's my vice right there. Listen, I don't watch no porn. You hear me? I ain't watching no porn. I ain't going no script. You hear me? I ain't Angela. I ain't getting high. I ain't getting drunk. Ain't none of that normal. I'm not gambling. Ain't none of that normal. That's not normal. That's a perversion of the spirit. I don't curse. You don't hear me say no curse words. No, if you thought you heard me say a cuss word, you misunderstood my accent. I don't curse. I don't even say the D word. I don't say the A word. You know when people say they peed off, but they say it P-I, crooked letter, E-D. I don't even say that word. That word, my daddy don't curse, but he say that word. I don't say that word. I heard my mother-in-law say that word. And then everybody I know curse. And except for my wife, and she don't curse around me. If she slip and say a cuss word, it ain't around me. So I don't believe that she curse. But she might, because all her friends and stuff curse. But if she curse around me, everything's stopping. Everything, the clock on the wall stopping, everything's stopping. Because I don't curse. The reason why I don't curse, because curse words are profane. It's profanity. I'm sacred. I'm living with the Lord. God is righteous. I'm trying to be righteous. You can't mix the profane with the sacred. That's why I don't curse. So listen, I want you to understand that a lot of stuff, and see, if I go talk to my wife, and see, my wife, she know now. Because see, this is the thing. You got to take your spirit, as a woman, you got to take your spirit all the way back. Take your spirit back to when you were pure. Take your spirit back to when you were pure. As far back as you got to go. Some of you going to have to go back to 4 years old. Some of you going to go back to 6. Some of you lost your way at 11, 12, 13. Some of you it's going to be 16. Some of you it's going to be 18. Some of you it's going to be 22. Some of you it's going to be 30. But take your spirit back to when your spirit was pure. When your spirit was pure and you were not perverted by the world. You were not tainted by the world. You did not believe perversion is normal. Go all the way back. Okay? And then think about what made you change your mind. When you thought, what made you think that a man cursing you out is a part of a relationship? Where did you see that? Where did you see that? That made you say, oh, so that happened in relationships and yet they still stay together and they be happy. Where did you see that at? Think about it. Oh yeah, I'm working with you. I'm working with this life coach. This ain't just random talking. This right here, you got to do the work on this here. You got to do the work. All right. Some of y'all talking about y'all be laughing. That's just because you got a good spirit. That means that your spirit in the right place. If you get your laugh. Because I'm not telling you no jokes on these here videos. I ain't telling you no jokes. I'm not no stand-up comedian. So yeah, I must be a sit-down comedian. And call me the sit-down comedian. If you get a laugh, that's because where your spirit at. It ain't because me. Because I don't tell jokes. Okay. I'm not a comedian. I'm telling you the truth. We doing real work here. All right. So now go back to when your spirit was pure. Because see, some of you had your little boyfriend in kindergarten. He turned you out. I remember I was in kindergarten and I'm sitting on the back row. You know, they used to have duct tape and they'll put a little circle, put a bigger circle, put a bigger circle, put a bigger circle, put a bigger circle. Me and my homeboy used to sit back on the bike circle. Oh yeah, we was in the bike, cool. And I had one hand and I'm right here, she right here, he right there. I got my hand down her pants on one cheek. I'm cuffing one cheek. He got his hand down her pants. He cuffing the other cheek. In kindergarten. At break time, when we go to the little house, that's why I say you got to be actively raising your kids. All right. You think, oh, they're so innocent. All right. Think that you want to. When it was time to play house, I get on top of her for a few seconds. Then I get off and he get on top of her for a few seconds. And this was a little Caucasian. This was a little Caucasian girl now. So we in the South, so we was all across the line. You hear me? But as kids, we ain't know no different. I learned later, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, that where I live, black guys can't talk to white girls. I learned later, but in kindergarten, we had a little Caucasian. And me and my friend was sharing her. And this what was happening. You see what I'm saying? So some of you got to go back. So now, if she and she was willing participant, she was having her a blast. She used to come to us. Hey, come here. Hey, you want to? Oh, put your hand down there. Okay, well, all right. Okay. So we ain't know no better. So that's why I say some of y'all, you got to go back to when you was in kindergarten, when you was pure. Because you might have got turned out by your boyfriend in kindergarten. Maybe it was 3rd grade. Maybe it was 5th grade. Now, it's around middle school. Guys start putting hands on their girlfriend around middle school. So some of y'all in middle school, your boyfriend push you, grab you. You ain't know what happened. Why? He saw that at home. You might have saw it at home too. So both of y'all think it's normal. Think about it. And see, this is what you got to realize. What turned you out? What turned you out? What turned you out? Who turned you out? And that's where you got to go back right there and you got to address that pain. Did you ever learn good touch, bad touch? If you did not learn it, now you know it. Good touch, bad touch. So now you got to go back all the way. You got to take your mind back and you got to sit right there in that moment. You got to relive that moment. It might make you cry. It might make you shocked. Your mouth might hit your chin might hit your toe. But you got to relive that moment. And then you got to tell yourself, that is not right. That is not right. That is not pure. That is not whole. That is not holy. That is not righteous. That is not fair. And you have to speak this out loud by yourself. That's why when I talk to you, you need to be by yourself. because you need to speak this out loud. It is not right for a man to watch porn. And y'all understand the word I'm saying, but it's just sometimes it's right here, grab words and it'll, you know what I'm saying? Video be, okay, so I say stuff wrong on purpose. Some of y'all, what is he saying? I'm talking about nasty movie, okay? So, cause you ain't allowed to say sir, all right? So, you look at that, it is not right for a man to watch porn. It is not healthy. It is not pure. You see what I'm saying? It is not pure. It is a distraction. It is a gateway drug, okay? It opens the door to promiscuity. Because this man, when he into this, and even for y'all women that's into it, you feeding lust. You feeding lust. And I see people who do not even understand that they in pain. Don't even understand that they spirit done been turned over. That they done been turned over to a reprobate mind. Cause see, on my Twitter, I used to be arrogant on Twitter. I would only follow 25 people. People kept saying stuff about that. They was getting mad because I hadn't got to like 100,000 followers and I was only following 25 people. And a lot of people get in their feelings. They're like, I'm unfollowing. You can't follow nobody back. I'm unfollowing. So I just went to my follow list one day and I just hit follow. So now my Twitter, I follow over 50,000 people. It was a mistake. I wish I could unfollow everybody and start all over. It was a mistake. Because if I do like this 2 times on that Twitter timeline, I'm finna see batting balls. You hear me? I'm finna see batting balls. And I ain't talking about baseball. But I'm seeing batting balls and just women. I'm seeing all kind of stuff on my timeline. And it's because of people retweeting it. They follow nasty pages and they retweeting it. And I click on the person page to be like, who am I following? And I've been unfollowing people now because I ain't realized that when I just would click and follow, I was doing it so fast just to follow all these people. But I ain't realized I was following all kind of ratchetness. You hear me? So now when I see certain stuff and somebody post, I go unfollow. I know they might get mad. They might unfollow. I don't care. But I'm like, I got to guard my spirit. But when I tell you I see some nastiness on that timeline, and I click it, and it'll be a young lady in her 20s that look like your daughter, that look like the girl next door. She dressed regular, hair regular. You don't see no sign of nastiness or ratchetness, but she was turned out at a young age. She was violated at a young age and have not addressed that pain, have not gone to therapy. So she tweeting like, I saw a lady yesterday, a young lady looked like in her 20s, looked like probably around 25 to 35. You just can't hardly tell ages these days. She tweeted, I want a threesome so bad. I was like, wow. Who tweets that? Oh my goodness. I say, well, Lord, I don't know. Maybe my message need to be, maybe you want me to reach the ratchet. Because how you follow me talking about that right there? But it be the devil. It be the devil sending them trying to debate me. Now I'll tell you one thing. By loose booty women, they do not DM me. Loose booty women do not DM me. So that must just be the oil and the anointing on me that's repelling that stuff. Loose booty women don't DM me. And anytime I get a DM, it look like a fake account. But like a real woman, that's a real loose booty, they don't DM me for whatever reason. I do not know. I don't know why. I guess they respect the oil. I don't know what it is, but they don't DM me. But I see it. And I'm like, man, so it's so many women who have been turned over. So many women who have lost their way. And then it's this narrative of body freedom and sexual freedom and listen, you swimming in bacteria. So if that's what, if you around here, you around here catching bats and balls all day, 2, 3, 4 different men a month, talking about you got sexual freedom. All right, you find to have a recompense in your body. Like the Bible say, they receive the recompense in their body. You about to have a recompense in your body. Okay, so don't be hollering about body freedom and all this sex freedom. Okay, when you get that HIV, when you get that right there, all right. Oh, you were free. Okay, yeah, all right, you were free. Okay, now you see what come with that freedom. You see what come with that freedom. All right. And you got stuff all everywhere, and you going through, and it's because of promiscuity. See, it's some people that contract stuff, and it was through genuine love. It was through, they were trying to love somebody. They weren't being promiscuous. And they were trying to love somebody and contracted something. Guess what? It's still love for you out there. It's still love for you out there. When you make an honest mistake and something like that happen, it's still love for you. It's still, you still can bounce back. You still have love. You still have options. You still have a chance. You still have a choice going forward. But when you out here and you just get turned over and you start to wallow in that and live like that, oh no, something finna come. And he ain't gonna be able to deal with it. Trust me when I tell you. But see, this what's happening today. So it's so many, the society pushing so much promiscuity, so much nastiness, that people are accepting nastiness. I need to go live on Instagram after this. See, I turn my comments off on Instagram because you have too many trolls on there. Too many trolls when I go live. I ain't been live in a long time, but I'm planning to start going live on Instagram more. So you might miss it if you don't follow me on Instagram, but you probably could catch the replay. And I may say some of the same stuff, but it'll be some different stuff too. So what I'm noticing is you got to look out here and you got to see. And if you got Twitter, you got Facebook, scroll sometimes on your news feed. And you're gonna see women you went to school with, men you went to school with, that was cool, calm, and collected, that was good people. Turned out, talking nasty, retweeting nastiness. You're gonna see that kind of stuff. You're gonna see that kind of stuff. And you're gonna be like, wow, what happened? See, when you look back, you're gonna see that it could have been a moment in your life where you were vulnerable. It could have been where you wanted love or you were trying to be accepted. It could have been where you felt powerless or you were powerless because you were underage and you felt like you didn't have a voice. You got to revisit that moment, and then you got to correct that lesson, that falsity that you accepted as a truth. You have to correct that. You got to speak life into that. You got to speak to it. You got to call it out and say, that is not right. This is what is pure. This is what is right. And see, so my wife, I joke with her sometimes. Hey, baby, you cool with me going to the strip club? Hey, what you think about that? Me going to the strip club? I'm just testing her out. And she shoot it down immediately. She don't even think about it. She don't even entertain it. She don't even say, are you serious? Like, is this a serious question? Like, is that something that you feel like you need right now in your life? Like, is a lot of stress or something? She don't even entertain. She's like, what? All right. Well, pack your clothes when you go. Keep your clothes in your car. So, because when you come out, you ain't coming back here. So, go on. And she dead serious. Sometimes I be thinking about trying. I just be wanting to try, just see what she gonna do. Like, man, I'm going to strip club. Man, I'm stressed, man. I'm stressed, and you ain't scripting for me. You ain't gonna script for me. I gotta go to strip club. Sometimes I be wanting to try it. I might have to try it one day and like do a video of it, just see what she do. And then I have to beg and please, and then I have to have y'all send a letter to our PO box, just begging to just say, look, Tony just did that for us to show us how a real woman respond to stuff. And it was all a joke. It was all a prank. But I think she can hear me right now. I think she's in her closet, so it ain't even gonna work. But anyway, I try every now and then. hey, baby, what you think about, you know what I'm saying, me watching a little porn just to, see. So it's a lot of women that this stuff coming up, and they telling the man, well, am I not good enough for you? Like, I can do what they do. I actually used to do that. I didn't tell you, but I used to strip. Well, not really. If you're going to get upset about it, no, I never did that. Okay, no. But am I not good enough for you? Well, okay, well, I'll ask you this. Before you go, let me show you this new move. That's how this is women doing this now. Well, let me show you what I can do first before you go. And then you make a decision. So here you in the you got all kind of move. You done hit your head on the pole. You done put in y'all room, and then the next day, yeah, that was cool and everything, and I appreciate what you're doing, but I just need an outlet. See, you an inlet. I need an outlet. So it ain't even about the women. It's just about getting out of the house, just being somewhere in a different environment, just having some of them lemon pepper Lou Williams wings, and just like, it's called Magic City for a reason, because when you go in there, you feel magic, and it just unlock your brain, and you just can vision. It's like, one thing about me, because see, I'm from the street, so it's like, one thing about me, I got to have money, I got to hustle. And so it's like, when I go in there and I'm in that magic, and it's like Magic City, and it's like I could see the city, and I could feel the magic happening in my bones, and it's like I have visions. And it's like, so for me, it's like, because I'm from the streets, it's like, I could provide a better lifestyle for you if I just could free my mind. Then I could get the money that you need, but see, legally. Because you already know I'm from the streets, so I used to do it illegally. So he hit you with that, and you like, well, I do want Louis Vuitton. I have been wanting me a Louis Vuitton never full bag. And it's like, Krista got one, Brandy got one. And I understand you working hard. So if you feel like, but if you need more inspiration, and if you feel like Bumblebee Triple X is gonna just help you open your mind, and them Lou Williams lemon pepper wings, I mean, by all means, I cannot say I'm extremely happy about it, but if that's what you feel that you need at this stage in your life, because it's like, women go through menopause, men go through andropause. I seen that in the comments on Tony Gaskins' video, and it said men go through andropause, so maybe you have an early onset andropause. And so if that's the case, go ahead. I'm just gonna ask you for one thing. Do not sleep with one of them. You can go build up all that you want to build up, but then come back and bring all of that to me. That's all I'm going to ask you. That's all I'm going to ask. No, I don't want to go with you because I'm Catholic. Okay? And I cannot go in there. No, I'm Pentecostal. Whatever you is, that's it. You let them know that's what you is. So that's why you can't. I'm Amish. I cannot go in there. So just go by yourself. I'll be here ready and waiting. And this was happening. And see, you never know when you're going to be confronted with it. Because see, this is the thing. And this is why I try to tell y'all. Because everybody tough in the comments. Everybody tough in the comments. But it's totally different if when you'd have been with a man 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. You done gave him your life. You done had 2 or 3 children with him. Y'all got a home together. You got cars together. You got joint account together. And then he hit you with that fake depression. He hit you with that fake depression that say that he need to watch porn. He need to go to strip club. He need to gamble. He need to start cussing you out to get steam off his chest. He hit you with that. And your whole life invested. Now, it ain't that easy to just say, oh no, I would never. A man would never go to strip club if he gonna be with me. Yeah, it's easy to say when you single as a dollar bill, but that's not gonna be that easy when you locked in 2, 3 children and they absolutely love and adore him, and he paying half of the bills or 75% of the bill or all of the bills. And then he hit you with that. So see, this is what you got to understand. What you have to understand about a man, unless he devoutly walking with the Lord. See, my wife don't have to check me. I check myself. My wife didn't tell me to stop cussing. I ain't cussed when she met me. So she didn't have to tell me to stop smoking. I didn't smoke. She didn't have to tell me to stop getting drunk. I didn't get drunk. She didn't have to tell me to stop gambling. I didn't gamble. Because see, I know the Lord and I want to be closer to the Lord. See, so it's about my relationship with God. But see, if your man don't have no real relationship with the Lord, you going to have some stuff you got to deal with. And this is what I need you to understand. All right, we finna bring it on home. We finna hone on in. We got 20 more minutes. This is what I need you to understand. A man can be taught. He can be trained. And you don't like neither one of those words because what you say is, oh, I should not have to train a man. He ought to be already fully grown. I should not have to teach a man anything. And I can tell you that's already probably in the comments 20 times because they ain't got this far in the video. And don't even realize I'm talking to them and about them. But they ain't even got this far already. I'm not finna teach a man nothing. Listen, you gonna have to, and this what I'm telling you, it's not about teaching him and training him. That's when we putting it on him. It's really about knowing your standards. So he's learning from your standards. See, because I know that yelling at my wife is a no-go, that she would never tolerate that, then I'm not gonna do that because I know I'll be single. And I know I got a good woman and I don't want to be single. Because I know that just spending money willy-nilly, buying all this stuff for my friends and family is a no-go with my wife, that she's going to look at me as irresponsible, weak, and soft, then I know I cannot do that. I got to do and help, and I help, but buying just extra stuff, extravagant stuff for friends and family, just trying to please them and give them something, I know that's a no-go with my wife because that's not being a good steward over my money because we ain't there yet to where we could do that. We ain't at that place. So I know that. So it's things that I know I can't go out and go to no strip club. I know I can't take a paycheck and go to the casino and gamble that whole check away. I know I can't watch no nasty movies. I know I can't do that because I know my wife's standards. And the reason how I know her standards is because I know that when I told her I was going to be home at a certain time, come to her apartment at a certain time, and I didn't get that certain time, she let me know about that. She wouldn't let me in when I got there. And she let me know the next day, don't ever try me like that again. So I know that when I was questioning her and trying to be controlling, in the first 2-3 months, I know that she cut me off and said we need to take a break. But I know that when we did that, I didn't hear from her for 6 months. I'd never heard from her. I reached out to her 6 months later for a friend to connect the friend with her roommate. So I know when I came back to my wife, when we hit it back off, we got back together when life crossed our paths again and we hit it back off, I knew then that my wife would cut me off for little or nothing. You hit me? So guess what? When my wife showed me that with me questioning her like she my child, that she will cut me off, cut complete ties with me, and treat me like Casper the Ghost, okay, that let me know that if I can't even be controlling verbally, like wait, because I'll talk to her when we was first dating. Where are you? Oh, at the mall. Who are you with? I don't believe it. Let me hear their voice. Let me hear her voice. Let me talk to her. You with your room? Let me talk to her. That's where you at? I don't believe it. So if I come up there right now, it's just you and her. That's how I was trying to be because I was toxic in my relationship before that. That's the type of relationship I had before my wife. My wife let me know, no, all right, buddy, this ain't gonna go. We need to take a break. That's what she said. I ain't hear from her. We was done. If my homeboy ain't hit me up to say, hey, tell your girl I want to holler at her roommate, because he ain't know we was broke up. I ain't tell nobody. That was embarrassing. That was my first time ever getting dumped. I had never got dumped. He knew me as the ladies' man. I used to supply them with women. I ain't never got dumped. My wife dumped me. That was the first time a woman dumped me. So guess what? That's the woman I want. I want the woman who loves herself the most. I want the woman who gonna hold me accountable. That's what every man want. Every man who got a real man inside of him. Now a grown boy, he don't want to be held accountable because he don't want nobody. He gonna self-destruct. So you got to get out of his life and let him self-destruct. But see, when you come in and you put your foot down and you do not compromise and you're not afraid to lead. You ain't afraid to lead. Like right now, I know my wife ain't afraid to be single. I know she ain't afraid to be a single mom. If she got to be a single mom, she not afraid. She gonna do it and she gonna ball out. She gonna put them on child support. She gonna get spouse support. She gonna get half of everything and she gonna ball out. She gonna live her life. She gonna find a way to earn, she'll work from home if she got to. She'll be a school teacher and be doing virtual learning and making money that way. She'll start a tutoring class and be tutoring people. She'll be planning events on the side. I already know she can earn six figures. I already know it. She just don't have to do that right now. But I know what she's capable of because from the first 2-3 months that I knew her, in 2005, when I met her 15 years ago, she showed me what she bought. Because in a society where women allowing men to run over them, talk to them any kind of way, because they think they're sexy, they think that means that they man tough because he being controlling, they think that he cares, and a lot of women think that that's cute. My wife's like, this ain't cute. You being insecure and controlling, this ain't cute. No, playboy, I got to go. I already just left a grown boy. I ain't finna go from one grown boy to another grown boy. You see what I'm saying? So I actually made her ex-boyfriend look like a viable option because of the way I was acting. I was supposed to be an upgrade. But see, I was an upgrade to get her. In them first 2-3 months, I was an upgrade to get her. Then I showed my true colors. You see what I mean? And then when she showed me, oh, all right, now that I can see you, I'm gone. And listen. We was young, we was dumb, we were living in sin. You know, we back then, we fornicating. We weren't really walking with the Lord like that. We was in our backslidden state. We knew the Lord, had been brought up in the Lord. So I've been on both sides of the spectrum. And that's why I teach what I teach, because I done made the mistakes that you have made or that you should not make if you young, if you 18 to 21. I done made the mistakes. Keep your legs closed. Don't be in fornication. Do it God's way. I done tried to do it the wrong way. So even though we had been opened up to some form of promiscuity, well, not promiscuity, some form of sin through fornication, my wife didn't allow that to trap her and say, oh, well, because he and I, been talking 3-4 months or however long it was, time flew, I ain't know how long it was. And because we have fornicated, I'm just going to put up with him questioning me and being controlling and being insecure because I've already went to third base or went to home plate with him. She didn't do that. She said, I'll cut my losses and I'll move on with my life. So that showed me something. So when I got her back and then 10 months later we got married, I said, okay, let me try it again. See, the grown boy was still trying to well up in me. The devil wants you. He don't want you to have no happy, prosperous relationship. He wants you. So he gonna keep attacking your boyfriend, your husband. He gonna keep tempting him. See, I don't watch nasty movies, but now I go on Twitter. They have it on Twitter. You click on a trending topic. And then in the thing, you'll see nasty stuff. Nudity. And I'm like, whoa, but Twitter, they're allowing that stuff because they lost half their worth. They business became worth half. So they trying to let anything go, everything fly just to have people on there. And keep it alive, keep it going. Cause they were about to go out of business about a year ago. When them stocks cut in half. And so now the devil, he'll have that out there. And it just be to try me. I was talking to my wife about it the other day. I said, well, the devil can't get me, directly. So he tried to get me inadvertently. I say, look at some of this stuff be on my timeline. I was telling my wife, and she was like, oh, I bet you over there looking at it too, ain't you? I'm like, no, child, I ain't looking at that. I say, it don't do nothing for me. And truthfully, it don't, because I have not given into that. So I beat that. I beat that side of me. And so what you have to understand is a man can grow. He can change. But see, with humans, we need accountability. You started smoking weed because your friend was smoking weed. You started getting drunk because your friend was getting drunk. You started scamming because somebody you met was doing scams, put you onto it. You started doing fraud because somebody you met was doing fraud. You started sleeping around because somebody you met wanted to sleep with and introduce you to it. Or one of your friends told you that they did it, that they tried it and it was fun and that they liked it. And it made them boys like you more. So you started doing it. So you got to go back to when you started allowing something and why you allowed it. Who introduced that to you and made it sound okay? And why did you listen to them? And it may be because you were vulnerable, because you loved them, because you wanted to love them, because you wanted to please them, because you wanted to fit in with them, because you wanted to be with them, whether it was a friend or a lover or a family member. And so you have to look back at that. And what I need you to understand is that if you have standards, the man you dealing with, he's going to learn from that. So when I got my wife back and then we got married, I said, okay, I got her. Now let me do something that I want to do that she don't agree with to see if she gon', now I'm just gonna take my chance because we married. Now you can't leave now. So I went back to the street life. Got me a little work from a cousin. Got in the streets, hustling. I'm selling it. I'm getting off of it. And then I come home one day and my wife say, we need to talk. She said, I told you I wouldn't be with a man that's going to be selling drugs. She was like, I can't do it because I refuse to be with you. And then you end up in prison and I'm a single mother. So if I'm going to end up a single mother, I'm just finna leave anyways instead of trying to build a life with you and then being left high and dry. Now, see, I'm thinking back to this. See, the devil wanted me. See, right now I could be in prison right now. Or I could be a kingpin, had already done 6-7 years in the feds. And on this other side, had my wife not took that stand, there was nothing in my way to stop me from selling drugs. There was nothing in my way. Like my cousin who gave me the work eventually got out the streets, but I honestly believe because he started to get older, having kids, and then he looked at me and he saw I found a way out. So he did the same thing I did. He wrote a book and then he became a speaker and he tried to do the same thing I did because he saw like, man, he used to work up under me, getting stuff from me. Now look at what he doing. Now he making more money than me. And I remember one time he came to me because I was a speaker and an author. And I remember one time he came to me, it was years ago. And he was like, and he started a trucking company and he wanted me to be the broker. And he said, cuz, man, I'm trying to put some money in your pocket. I'm trying to help you out, cuz. Cuz he went from a dope boy to investing in businesses to go legal. And I said, cuz, I make $500,000 a year. He was like, what? The what? What you said? Cuz, you mean to tell me you make $500,000 a year? I was like, yeah, cuz. How you do that? I say, cuz, just speaking engagements, books, my book sale, my ghostwriting, everything, cuz I got a lot of streams of income. I'm like, cuz I got audio stuff out there on iTunes. I'm like, I write people books. I do speaking engagement. I get endorsement deals. The post on social media. I'm like, cuz I make $500,000 a year. Now this was years ago now. He was like, what? And I said, yeah. But see, had my wife not said, I will not be with you if you're not gonna get out those streets, I wouldn't have got out the streets. I did that not because I wanted to get out. And that's what a lot of women don't understand. So many women say a man not gonna change till he wanna change. A man ain't gonna change till he wanna change. I barely wanted to change. I wanted a little bit of change, but I did that because I wanted my wife. I wanted my wife and my child. I ain't want to change that bad. I wanted my wife and my child. That's why I got out the streets. And then I had to find something else to do. So I say, let me push this book that I just published a couple months ago. That book ain't make no money. That book wasn't making no money. So I said, I'm going to stay on this job as a group home counselor. And I'm going to keep pushing this book. And then now I'm going to try to get some speaking engagements. Then I'm going to try to get some coaching. Started getting coaching clients. And that's what changed my life. So here I was in the streets. I probably in the streets would have made, at the level I was trying to stay at, because I wasn't trying to go to prison and I wasn't trying to get killed. At the level I was trying to stay at, I probably at the most would have made $100,000 a year, dirty money. On average, dope boys out there making $30,000, $40,000. On average, dope boy ain't making all that kind of money. You have some that's touching $10,000 to $50,000 a week, but it just, they living off of a woman still, or they got roommates. So you see a lot of designer and you think they got a lot of money. It ain't really a lot of money. But if somebody making $1,400 a week and all they do with it is shop, it's going to look like they making money. They ain't making no money. Not no real money. Now that I know living legal and earning from my natural gifts, now I know what real earnings is. And that the streets, we were broke in the streets. Even the kingpin was broke compared to legal money that you see people out here getting today, legally using their gifts and owning a company and providing their services. I know credit repair people making millions. You know, hairstylists making 6 figures. Hair companies making 6-7 figures legally. And so when my wife took that stand, guess what? That pushed me into purpose to change my life. And so I am who I am today because she would not stand for who I wanted to be and for who I was. So that's why, so she trained me up. She taught me just by having her own standards. So a lot of times women take that the wrong way and think that I mean you a teacher in a classroom. Okay, right here, we're going to write manhood. Okay, and now the 3 things that comprise a man are integrity, character. I'm not talking about that. I ain't talking about you got to get up to the blackboard or you got to sit down and hold class. When I say you teach a man, when I say you train a man, what I'm talking about is you knowing who you are. You having your non-negotiables. You having your standards to where you say absolutely no way, player. Absolutely you not yelling at me. Absolutely you not cursing at me. Absolutely you not telling me you calling me at a time and then don't call me. Absolutely you not saying you coming over here at a certain time then don't show up. Absolutely you not canceling another date. You absolutely not finna cheat. You absolutely not going to strip club. You absolutely not finna be gambling. You absolutely not. When you say no, I refuse to be with a man that do this. If that man wants you, he gonna change. He might try you now. You may have to leave him. You can't say, hey, I'm leaving you for a week. My wife never said that. She never said I'm leaving you. When she left in the marriage, she was gone for 3 days. That's where the 72-hour rule come from. If you ain't read the book, A Woman's Influence, make sure you get A Woman's Influence. Go ahead and get A Woman's Influence. So, hey, y'all gonna right now today. You got $25. Hey, get this right here. You gonna see. You gonna learn something here now. For those of y'all who read it, it still got 5 stars. To God be the glory. Y'all thank y'all for being honest and for rating the book 5 stars and for showing that love. But that's where the 72-hour rule. You see on the back, they say the 72-hour rule. The 72-hour rule come from when my wife was gone for 3 days. She didn't say, hey, I'm leaving for 3 days to think. She just was gone. I thought she was gone for good. I was blowing her phone up. You hear me? I saw in a movie a man called a woman 81 times. I said, all right, I got to get the 81 phone calls. I just kept calling. All right, calling. All right, calling. Hey, I had to get my wife back. You hear me? And so listen to me. That is why I think today I'm going to have to go over an hour. That is why I changed my life. So women feeling powerless. That's why the book is called A Woman's Influence, because Who I am today and doing what I'm doing today is because of her. It's because of her influence. Yes, it's because of God, but it ain't God alone, because God used people. See, God used people to bless you. God used people to reach you. Some people try to come on. Sometimes I see people say, well, all you need is the Holy Bible. No, that's why God don't see in the Holy Bible. You're not going to see a specific scenario of a relationship that's spelled out. It's not going to talk about in the Bible, should you argue over who's yelling the loudest, over yelling or not at the soccer game. The Bible not going to talk about that. The Bible not going to talk about having a joint account and how you manage a joint account in a relationship and how you manage your individual accounts. So yes, you could read some things in the Bible and you can infer, but that's why God raises up teachers. That's why he had the Bible written, so that he used men to write the Bible, and he used women and their life for their life story to be shared in the Bible. So sometimes people come and they try to knock life coaches and teachers and speakers. If y'all just read the Bible, and you won't need no life coaches, you just read the Bible. That's why God give a gift of teaching. The Bible tells you you're going to have you have prophets, you have teachers, you have prayers, you have leaders, you have bishops. There are different gifts. Certain people were given the gift of speaking in tongues. Not everybody was given that gift. Certain people was given the gift of prophecy. Not everybody was given that gift. So what God does is God takes and he uses a woman to influence a man. And see, the devil emulates God. So God uses a woman to influence a man, and the devil uses women to influence a man. Because when the devil jump on a man back and he say, hey, man, hey, watch a little bit of the hip burn. But hey, ooh, but it's right here is woman on woman burn hip, but it's right here is Asian burn hip, but hey, you ain't never had no Asian, but watch a little bit of this here. So this man had this inclination, right? That's that spirit talking to him. Then what happened is when he go to his woman, or his woman catch him in it, and then she okays it because her spirit has been stolen, her spirit has been broken, she's been defiled, she's been violated, she's been turned over to a reprobate mind. So now the devil got her too. So now she can say, well, I don't see anything wrong with that. I know there's people out here like this Honey Gaskins talking about that men should not watch porn. But it's like, as long as you're not going and finding that woman and trying to physically sleep with her, I don't see anything wrong with that. You're in your comfort of your own home. We can have some fun with it. We can watch that, let that be a role play, and then we can do it. And see, what that woman don't understand is that she don't understand the nature of men. Is that video is not going to be enough. That video is not going to be enough. He feeding lust, and now he finna get on the hunt, and he finna go. He might not find Bumblebee Triple X, but he finna find her next to kin up here at the grocery store. He finna bump into a woman look like her, and he going to get her. But see, the woman don't understand that. Because she don't understand the nature of men. She don't understand the nature of human being. She think that a man gonna have the same control she have. Men and women are different. Men, we not the same. That's why we got different body parts. We not the same. You can't have different body parts and different DNA and different features and be the same person. No, we look at life differently. We handle temptation differently. Men are not like women. So you have to understand the nature of a man. And then when you do that, now you start to get a breakthrough. And when you understand that it's not about you teaching and training him, it's about you knowing you. And it's about that you are a catalyst. That's just your place in the world. You can't fight that you're a catalyst. You're a catalyst in a man's life. You're a catalyst in your children's life. You're a catalyst in the world. You're the backbone of society. You're the backbone of the world. And see, the same reason why the white man put the black man down is the same reason why the men put women down. You try to control and suppress that which you fear. Because when you look at it and you see the greatness in it, you don't want that what you have beholded to recognize the greatness within him or her. Because if he or she recognizes the greatness within them, you know that that person is called to rule. You know that that person is called to greatness. You know that that person, and you start to see them as a threat. So the reason why society has brainwashed women to be weak and docile and feel less than is because men see the excellence and the brilliance of a woman and know that a woman could run the world. Know that a woman could be the president of the United States. Men know that because men see with the majesty a woman runs a household. Running the country is no different than running a household. It's just a big house. Then you see how that which is in office runs it terribly. So there you know then how terrible he will run a household. But see, a man can look at a woman and see her excellence and see her greatness. So what a man will try to do, what a grown boy try to do, is try to suppress that and strip that and steal that from you, because he know you will have more influence in his life than he'll have in yours. That's what men know. That's what I'm talking about in the book, A Woman's Influence. I had to come to terms with myself as a man, and I had to just be real. And when I start to look at how fearfully and wonderfully created a woman is, I had to realize, like, wow, Lord, you weren't fair. You weren't fair when you made this creation, because this woman got more power and influence than I do. This woman got more influence in my life than I got in her life. Yeah, I got some influence in her life, but she got more in my life. And that's every woman. But women have been stripped of that and do not understand that. And so women bow down to the man. I ain't saying you got to fight them. I ain't saying you got to cuss them out. I ain't saying you got to dethrone them. I ain't saying you got to try to run everything. What I'm saying is you got to stand on your square and refuse to be knocked off. You got to know what you know. You got to know that you don't want no man that's in the porn. You got to know that you don't want no man that gamble. You got to know that you don't want no man that curse you out, call you out your name, that don't keep his word, that's lazy and sorry and don't got no ambition. You got to know that you don't want no atheist, that you don't want no non-believer, that you want you a Christian man that love the Lord, that fear the Lord, that's working and trying to serve the Lord, trying to get close to the Lord. You got to know what you want. And when you know what you want and you refuse to settle for less, guess what? If the man is for you, he's going to elevate to the level that you need him to be on. You hear what I'm telling you? When I met my wife, I was making $20,000 a year on my job. You hear me? But I done elevated because she stood her ground and she refused to let me just be settled in being a dope boy, being in the streets trying to hustle for some extra money outside of working my dead-end job. She said, no, use your gifts. She told me I had to write a book. She told me, write your book. And she published the book for me. She self-published it. The self-published, my first book, What Daddy Never Told the Little Girl, that was my wife money from school. Because she had scholarship, so she would get a refund check because she had more money than what it cost to go to school. So she would get the rest in a check, not a loan now. It was scholarship and it was track money. She was on the track team and she had scholarships and grants. And so she, every semester in August, she would get a $10,000 check. And in January, she would get a $10,000 check. Not money that she owed back now. It was free money for her. And out of that money, she gave me $1,600 to publish my book. She gave me the money. I published the book February 1st, 2007. And then I gave her my behind the kiss in June 2007 when I went back to the streets. And then she gave me her behind the kiss when she said, I'm out of here. And then I begged her back. And then when I got her back, I realized this woman, she left me once in dating. When she said, we need to take a break, she actually left. It really wasn't no break because I was being controlling. And then she left me once in marriage when I went back to the streets. So now I realize she gave me a second chance to date. And now she can give me a second chance in marriage. I know that if this woman left me off of this stuff, and this was not cheating, this was not beating, this was not cursing her out, like this stuff wasn't even that bad. Like I'm like, I'm like, it's way worse happening out here than that. Now, men out here having whole babies on their woman and they woman stand. I'm like, so if she leave me off of this, oh my goodness, if I do something real, she definitely gonna be gone. You know what I'm telling you? So I knew then I had to grow and I had to change. So that's what I'm here to tell you. Understand this. It's not about, get it through your mind now. And if you see somebody that don't get this, it's because they didn't get to this part of the video. It's not about you training a man. It's not about you teaching a man. I say that because that's what's happening, but it's not about you holding class. It's about you knowing who you are and refusing to compromise your morals and your values. It's about you standing on what you believe in and not allowing the world to normalize buffoonery and coonery and tomdashery, all of this stuff that the world is saying is normal and everybody do it. Threesome, foursome, strip club, gambling, porn, smoking weed. Everything that the world is saying is normal, that you know in your spirit is not healthy and is not normal. Because if it was healthy and normal, you would have been doing it as a child. Now, some of y'all was doing it as a child, but you know that you was raised by savages, or you was left to yourself, or you was in a bad neighborhood with people who was misinformed, misguided, not being raised, and people just growing but not being raised. So you know that it was not right, the lessons that you received. You know in your heart that it's not pure. Stick to what you know is right and what you believe. And then the man who wants to be in your life will have to adapt and adjust. And when he adapts and adjusts, he will fulfill his righteous calling. He will be pushed into purpose because you refuse to settle, which their entail means he cannot settle. So when he has to step into his greatness, into his fullness, in order to be in your life, now it betters the both of you. It betters your relationship, and it helps and it heals and it makes everything different. Now you step into what you were called to be. So now my wife and I, our lifestyle, our life, our blessings, the life that we have built is so far removed from what we first had when I was looking to settle and I was looking to be a grown boy. And had she allowed me to do that, see, had she said, all right, just go ahead and sell drugs because we do need the extra money and it is almost legal and ain't nobody getting caught for that and they ain't even giving people time for that no more, especially at the level that you doing it at. You won't even get caught with enough to even really get in real time. You're going to get put on probation. Go ahead and do it. So many women have done that. So many women do that every day. Right now while we speaking, somebody watching this video and they man still in the streets scamming or selling drugs and they dealing with it because they think, because he done told her this what he got to do to make it. The world ain't fair and this all he got. This the only option he got, and she believing it. She believing it, and because she don't feel like starting over. She don't want to leave them, or they got a child together, or they got multiple children together, or they been together for a year, 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. He's saying this is the only way out. He can't get no job. So she believing it. Guess what? My wife could have believed it too. And I'd have still been doing it today. If not for prison or the grave. If I wouldn't be in prison or the grave, I'd probably still be doing the same thing if she allowed me to do it. Because see, people need reinforcement. Your child probably want to eat Skittles all day. If you let your child eat Skittles all day, then all their teeth going to be gone by the age of 10 if you let them eat Skittles all day. But when you say, no, you cannot sit and eat candy, then they say, oh, all right, you can't eat candy. All right, eat the broccoli. All right, you want to get on that game, eat the broccoli. So now you rewire them. That's the same thing with human of all ages. When you want to take a shortcut and do something that may feel comfortable or pleasurable in the moment because you don't understand that pleasure leads to pain, not to happiness. But then when you are stopped and you are held accountable and you said, no, you cannot do this. And if you do this, this is the consequence. The speed limit is 55. You go 70, you're going to get a ticket. Every time you're going to get a ticket for $200. After X amount of tickets, your license is going to be suspended. You're not going to be able to drive. You get caught driving without that license, you're going to jail. You see what I'm saying? It's consequences. So why don't we drive 70 in a 55? Because it say 55 and there's consequences. That's human nature. That's human nature. Humans need accountability. Humans need to be held accountable. Humans need standards. Human needs rules. So if you don't have rules and you don't have standards in your life as it relates to a man, he's going to do whatever you allow him to do. And a good man won't. Yes, a good man will. Because a good man was a bad man. A grown man was a grown boy who was held accountable. That's when you see me, oh, I want a man that's just like Tony. No, I was sorry. I was terrible. I'm this man because of my wife. Is it a man not going to just change on his own? That's why God made a woman. If a man could just do everything on his own, it wouldn't be no need for no women. Men would not get married. Men get married because they see a better version of themselves. Men get married because they want an accountability partner. Men get married because they know that they can achieve greatness with the love and support of their woman, and vice versa. That woman can achieve greatness with the love and support of the man. One hand wash the other. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Now we both got a back feeling good. All right? Don't get mad, get glad. Scratch your booty, get glad. Okay? So now this is what it is being realized. And so as long as you as a woman run from your calling of strength and dignity and standing your ground, as long as you run from your calling of, and yes, it's painful, but or it could be annoying or frustrating to have to be responsible, to be the responsible, and you like, oh, why I got to be the responsible? Why the man can't be the responsible one? Why I just want to do hood rat stuff with my friends, like the little boy said. And I know you feel like that sometimes, but God called you to greater. That's why he gave you the influence. He gave you the influence. So when you know who you are and you walk in who you are, you got that influence, and it's going to move mountains. It's going to change lives. And see, this is what I want. I want women to realize their greatness. I want women to realize their greatness. See, our world needs the woman. Our world, in order to be at its best, needs women. Screen record this, put this on your Facebook and your Instagram, this last little part. In order for our world to be its best, the world needs women to realize and understand their greatness. And when a woman realizes that God did not make a mistake when she was fearfully and wonderfully created, and a woman walks in what she was created to be and do, and stands her ground and stop letting men run over her and take advantage of her and lie to her and use her and misuse her, but stand her ground, a man gonna have to get right or get left behind. He gonna have to get right or get left. He gonna have to step up in your life or get the stepping out of your life. You hear what I'm telling you? So don't run from and say, oh, I'm waiting on the man to be mature first. You'll be dead. You'll die first if you waiting on the man to get it together. No, you are a part of the equation. You are the catalyst. You are the X factor. You are the reason he gets it together. That's what you got to understand. That's why God said, this man need help. Let me create woman. That's what it was. So don't run from that. I know you fatigued. I know you're tired. I know you're stressed. But listen, you was created with the conditioning to run this race. So do it for yourself. You ain't doing it for a man. You ain't doing it to get a man or to keep a man. Love yourself, have your standards, and you stand 10 toes down. And this man gonna realize he gonna have to do the same if he want to be in your life. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. God bless you. This is my first time ever on a teaching video going over an hour. But this one need to be said. I probably don't have to say this 10 more times, because no matter how much I say it, so many women feel like that I'm taking the responsibility off of the man and putting it on the woman. When in fact, what I'm doing is I'm talking to a woman. When I talk to a man, I put the responsibility on the man. I got plenty of videos on here that's for men, and you're going to hear me go at the men, and I'm hard on the men, and I'm real with the men. But there's also a responsibility of a woman, and that is to know who you are and stop compromising your morals and your values for the sake of a relationship. Stand on your ground, stand on your beliefs, and do not give that up. And so it's responsibility for a man, it's responsibility for a woman. But what you're going to realize is that as a woman, when you stand firm on what you believe, you have greater influence, and you influence the man in your life, which in turn influences your household, which in turn influences the world. You got more power than you give yourself. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. So stop getting angry and getting frustrated thinking that the man getting off scot-free. No, the man gonna have to pay a price. Men got to pay a price. Men got to answer to God for what we doing wrong, for being sorry. Men got to answer to that. But you can't worry about the man getting healed. You got to worry about you doing what you called to do. And as long as you do what you called to do, then everything that's for you, you gonna get it. That's why my wife has the life that she has. She got everything that she could want and need, spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, everything, because she refused to compromise her morals and her values and her self-respect. And so that created the life that she dreamt of. That created the life that other women dream of. And it's because she refused to compromise. So that pushed me into purpose. That pushed me into greatness. And when you understand that and you stop being angry and frustrated and just trying to put it all on the man and say, oh, you need to be a man. No, when you become a woman as well, then the man who is ready and willing, and the man who deep down, I had to want this. I wasn't totally against it. I just honestly needed to see a better way. I honestly need to be held accountable. So yeah, it was deep down. Yeah, I wasn't ready. Yeah, I wouldn't have did it by myself. But because I had an accountability partner that would not accept less from me, it made me who I am today. Hey, that's what I need you to understand. Get that in your spirit. And before you argue from your pain, before you argue from your frustration, before you speak from your frustration and your pain and everything you fed up with and you tired with, listen to this video 3 times. Listen to the video 3 times, sit on it, pray on it. And you'll hear what I'm telling you. I'm not absolving the man of his responsibility, but a message needs to be directional. It can't go every way and reach something. In order to set that blade of grass on fire with that magnifying, you got to stay focused on it. So right now the message is for you. And this is what you as a woman need to do. And then I have messages for men and what men need to do. I got a whole course called Men Healing, talking to men on what they need to do. So get what's for you, do what you got to do. And then in other video, we gonna address the man and what he got to do. And then the two gonna come together, and then we doing what we got to do, and that's gonna change our world. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. God bless you. We'll talk soon.